Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching us from. Now, Musalia Mudavadi has been missing in action in most of RUTO campaigns. Lately, talk about the Meru, the Mount Kenya campaigns, he was missing in action. Similar to Wetangula, but then Wetangula came back to the national politics again. But that is not our main focus for today's analysis. So let's delve deeply into what our analysis entails. But before we do that, please, if you're a first-time viewer perhaps and you're bumping into our channel for the first time, take a moment and subscribe to our channel. You can give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate that you're watching our channel. Now, AZIMIO One Kenya Alliance toured the Western region another time over the weekend. And we understand that Raila Odinga made comments that could actually deny the Kenya Kwanza vote in that region, because Musalia Mudavadi's biggest task is to deliver 70% of the Mount Kenya block to Kenya Kwanza, a task which has proved to be like an ant climbing a hill. We don't know whether that's going to be achievable, because you remember that in the previous history, when Musalia Mudavadi vied for the presidential slot in Kenya, he actually could not outsmart Raila Odinga in his own region, which is Western Kenya. Because by default, we expected that Musalia Mudavadi would beat Raila in Western, but Raila beat him thoroughly. That is in terms of the voter, or the votes that were counted. Now, Musalia Mudavadi's biggest task when he joined Kenya Kwanza was to marshal 70% of voters into Kenya Kwanza. Well, despite the fact that that proves to be quite an impossible task, but Musalia Mudavadi has still been soldiering on with that assignment. But you remember, I'm just taking you back a bit to the history that will actually lead us to what we're actually going to talk about now. Musalia Mudavadi's call to his Vihiga members not to vote for UDA was actually a symbol that all was not well for ANC party, that ANC was losing it in that region, and that is Musalia Mudavadi's perceived stronghold, a stronghold that should deliver in fact 100% to Kenya Kwanza. But recently, when AZIMIO made inroads into that place, it proved to be another difficult moment for Musalia Mudavadi, because Oparanya and Savula beat Musalia Mudavadi hands down. Now, dear ladies and gentlemen, our main focus for today's analysis is the reason why the Deputy President had to dash back to KAKAMEGA County, soon after AZIMIO exited the place. AZIMIO promised the Western region more goodies. And one of the things that happened that must have shocked Musalia Mudavadi is a restoration of the sudden restoration of MUMIUS.
Steam imewekwa sasa, jamaa anafanya testing. Niwaambie nataka within the next 3 months MUMIUS iwe inafanya kazi full steam. Sawa.
Kwa hivyo Musalia Mudavadi na Moses Wetangula walienda peke yao.
The sudden operationalization of MUMIUS Sugar Company. This has always been a bone of contention, and if anyone can achieve that restoration, then I think that person is likely to win the hearts of almost all Western Kenya voters. Now, Raila during the public rally, made known to the people that he made a call to Kenya Power to actually bring back electricity to that plant, and the following morning everything was somehow up and running, because so I think that call made Mudavadi think twice, and perhaps that's the reason why Ruto is actually going back to that region to campaign, because all is not well for Kenya Kwanza alliance, and perhaps the 70% might not be achieved. Not even 70%, even 40% might not be achieved for Musalia Mudavadi. You remember previously, Kenya Kwanza said that there was no tangible benefit from the Western Kenya in the AZIMIO arrangement, and that Ruto had promised them 30% of all government allocations. But perhaps, mind you, that is just a verbal promise, because we know that the arrangement in Kenya Kwanza and the arrangement in AZIMIO is slightly different. AZIMIO has they're actually bound by some policy that actually brings them together, but in Kenya Kwanza there is no where actually members have signed as to be a member of Kenya Kwanza or anything. I think there is nothing that is as binding as that. That's why even Kabogo left. Kabogo left, but there's nothing binding. There's nobody to take him to the court, to take Kenya Kwanza to court, that Kabogo is now still bound by Kenya Kwanza regulations and everything. So what we are saying is that Musalia Mudavadi sensed that all was not well. Perhaps that's the reason why he has been camping 110% of his time in Western. Where would Mudavadi do that if Western is perceived to be his stronghold? We expected that he would do the same as Raila Molo is doing by issuing, the directives from these other regions about what Nyanza should be doing. Musalia Mudavadi does not believe that he can deliver 40 to 50% to Kenya Kwanza. Perhaps that's why he has decided to take all his time camping in Western Kenya, trying to actually rally support for Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. This sudden return to Western Kenya is actually the reason why we are actually concerned this time round. We think there is some form of jitters within the Kenya Kwanza. There's some fear that has actually dawned on these people that Western Kenya is still going to go AZIMIO way. Perhaps Papa Franco Atwoli, what he has been saying could be true. All the time he makes comments at Bukungu Stadium that the whole of Western is going to go AZIMIO, that could be true. Perhaps that's why Musalia Mudavadi is pinching cap in his own stronghold, a thing that we find very strange. We expect Musalia Mudavadi to be campaigning in other regions, trying to woo more voters, but Musalia Mudavadi has reduced himself to a regional kingpin. A kingpin who is actually fighting for a chance to be again a kingpin, or a kingpin who is struggling and fighting for a chance not to be dethroned. I think that is the fear that has crippled Musalia Mudavadi to an extent that William Samoei Ruto keeps touring that place. It's as if there is nobody to actually marshal those votes on behalf of William Samoei Ruto. Now, dear viewers, do you think Musalia Mudavadi will deliver the requested or the projected 70% of votes to Kenya Kwanza lands for him to actually be able to get the 30% slots actually promised to him? Remember, in the promises, Musalia Mudavadi is supposed to be a chief minister, but that will be if at all Kenya Kwanza forms the government, and if at all Musalia Mudavadi brings 70% to the voter basket of Kenya Kwanza. Now, ladies and gentlemen, perhaps if you haven't subscribed and you're still with us, please take a moment and subscribe. And for returning viewers, we are always grateful, in fact, overly grateful that you always come back to watch our videos. By that, you help us increase our watch time and please be blessed. And as we come to the end of our analysis, the question we'd like to pose to you is this: do you think Musalia Mudavadi will deliver the 70%, as requested or as tasked by William Samoei Ruto? Give us a yes or a no below the comment section there, and we'll be glad. And please, you can always share with us, share our video widely, share our links widely for us to keep actually growing the channel base. And once again, I'd like to say thank you so much and be blessed.